You got drinking the tea as soon as we start. We're trying
Oh
to be
yeah,
professional here. Anyway, hey, welcome to the What's on Tap podcast, a podcast where we normally toast to all things sports, but we are without our drinks today. It is what it is. If you haven't noticed, also we are down a member today. We are missing our boy Daniel, but you know what? I'm your host Nick. Joining me, of course, as always, is Jay Bark. And man, we had the trade deadline today, and we are gonna hop right
straight in.
into it.
Talk about our winners and losers.
So, we can definitely get into that. So, who do you think was one of the major
So
winners of today?
I have two winners today. Well, for this trade deadline. Number one, I'm going with the Knicks. Just added two big time, not big time, but two shooters, two great shooters, from Detroit, and they also had to just give up pretty much a bag of chips. So I'm definitely going with the Knicks on that one. And my second one is Dallas. Big time move getting PJ Washington in there, and I think they got Daniel Gafford as well. So they got some front court depth going on beside Luka and off and on Kyrie. I think I'm taking that one. And those are my two winners.
Yeah, so I agree with you with the Knicks, right? So the Knicks get Alec Burks back. You know, he was there before. He's back again. Him and
Yep.
was it Bogdanovich? They were both just
Yeah,
rotting
just
away
riding
in
away.
Detroit. They had
Yeah.
to get them out of there. You know, these guys were too good to be there. Now, don't get me wrong; it's not like they're like superstar players whatsoever. But what they do bring to this New York Knicks squad is two 40%
You gotta take
3-point
that.
shooters.
With
You
with
got
Randall
to
coming
take
back, I mean
that.
they're
I mean,
looking. I if I'm Boston, I'm watching out for that one. That one that's scary right there. And New York is on a roll
but
too.
New York they are
Yeah,
on fire right now. Still the thing is I'm not too worried about them as a Heat fan. Like second round exit coming up. I'm telling you right now, second round exit. Don't make that
I'm
face.
sorry.
Don't make that face.
Sorry
It's a second
for the
round
Knicks
exit. It has to
or the
be
Heat.
until for the Knicks. No,
All
for
right,
the Knicks
and y'all
until
are
proven
going where?
otherwise. Same for Boston. Same for
Oh
Boston
yeah,
until
Boston
proven
is
otherwise.
that's the NBA Dallas Cowboys. Boston for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Got to be. Really, really though, is the Celtics really
yeah,
like the Dallas
for
Cowboys?
sure. And
I
Jason
guess
Tatum
so,
is Dak
right?
Prescott, 100%.
Then who is Jalen Brown?
Fucking nobody.
CD
Hell
Lamb?
no. Hell no. Jalen Brown is absolutely nobody. Nobody.
you know, I don't think I've ever heard that being an NFL comp before. The Celtics being
They are.
the Cowboys. That
They
is a
are.
wild take.
They are.
Yeah, I guess so. They have high
They're so
expectations
great
every
in the
year,
regular
but
season.
every year
Every
we
year, they're so great. Got so much promise. You'd be like, oh man, Boston's scary. This, that, and the third. But once you hit that playoff, once you hit by April, Tatum's out of there. Mentally,
you know,
physically.
what? No. I'm not even going to let you get away with that one. No, Tatum
Hey,
is usually pretty good in the
hey,
playoffs.
what happened
He's
last
usually
year?
pretty good in the playoffs.
What happened last year? Or matter of fact, what happened the year they lost to Curry? What happened to that?
Was that on him or was that on Jalen Brown
Both in
too?
my opinion. But if you're Tatum, I mean, you're the star of the team. I mean, vice versa. If it was Braun, right? If Braun went, all the blame's going on Braun. If he lost it like that, Tatum's the star of that
No, no, no,
team.
no, 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 no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Here, let's just go to 2018 for instance, when Bron carried that Cavs
Right.
squad to the finals, and he put up 50 something points in the first game, and they took an L. You're not blaming Bron for that.
Yeah,
You're not blaming Bron for that. Bron averaged like something that whole
yeah.
series.
But
You're
Braun's
not
second
blaming
best
him.
player was who?
Kevin Love.
Okay. Okay.
Kevin Love, baby.
Okay.
It could have been.
And you said
I'm just
maybe.
saying.
That's how
I'm just
bad
saying.
they were. Literally, you take Braun off that team, they're
That squad,
probably
that squad was
10th,
terrible.
11th seed in the East.
That squad was terrible. But what was it? Yeah, just last year. No, the year that they lost to Curry and them boys, right? I'm talking about the Celtics now. The year that they lost to them to Curry and them, that was not on Tatum. That was on Jalen Brown. Matter of fact, last year when they lost to Miami, that was also on Jaylen Brown. He got exposed for not having a left hand, and he kept turning the ball over.
And I'm not disagreeing with you on that. Jaylen Brown, he doesn't show up at all in the playoffs. Well, he's proven not to show up in the playoffs as well. But we're just not going to disregard. You're the star of the team, Jason Tatum. I mean, you got to show up. When your team is slacking like that, you're the star of the team. You got the big bucks. You're the one that's going to have the ball in fourth quarter. You got to show up. 8 for 21, not cutting it. 9 points, not cutting it. Like, come on now. There's, especially in the finals, you have to show up. Jimmy could do it.
That's true.
Jimmy,
That's true.
Every playoff, Jimmy is Jimmy Jordan. Jimmy Jordan in every playoff run. He's single-handedly taking his team anywhere in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, even 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, Jimmy Butler was one bad three-pointer away from taking Miami to the finals again,
and that was
against the Celtics.
Awful shot. I don't know who he thought. He thought he was, but he was trying to get a statue that night. He's
gonna get one anyway. Like, Jimmy Butler doesn't get a statue in Miami.
One ring with him. Why would he get a statue?
He doesn't. Jimmy Butler, the fact that he was even able to get this team to the finals twice already, he gets a statue.
Bro. I haven't even won.
Jimmy Butler gets a statue.
Won a ring. How does somebody get a statue without a ring?
You don't name one
person that got a statue without a ring. You can't. Look it up. Yeah, I mean, you can't.
I'm just saying. I think
he might get one in like a park or something in Miami. He might have like his face or something like that. But he's not getting that.
Wow, the Jimmy Butler disrespect.
Jimmy comes from a special place in my heart because you know where he was raised at to do this type of stuff. Yeah, so we had him first, grew him up to the Jimmy that he is now. He departed.
You know what? The thing is though, is that y'all didn't fully appreciate
we
Jimmy,
did.
Which is why.
But when D Rose went down and we kicked.
You didn't
appreciate
him.
Oh, we did.
No, and then you guys sent him off to Minnesota where he was unhappy, playing with Wiggins and calling them boys soft in practice.
They didn't have it in them.
Then They didn't have that dog in them. I'm convinced they still don't. But it is what it is, right? Then he goes to Philly, and he balls out in Philly. He was a Kawhi Leonard, 17 balls bouncing around the rim away. All right, from moving on. And now he's in
Doc Rivers.
It's funny that you mention
Doc
that
Rivers,
name.
Man. Doc Rivers.
Rivers. So, I feel like we could have an entire segment on just Doc
He's done
Rivers.
so much negativity for the NBA that we could go all day and night.
Hold on. Okay, so I do still want to talk about the trade deadline stuff, and we will get to it. But now you got me really wanting to talk about Doc Rivers for a minute here. All right. So I know you saw the video of the Milwaukee Bucks players the night that Adrian Griffin got fired, and it was announced that Doc Rivers was going to be the head coach. Of all them dudes dancing before the game started, right? They were in such a good mood. Oh man, Adrian Griffin is gone. We got Doc Rivers. Ladies and gentlemen, they are 1-4 since Doc Rivers has taken over. I haven't seen them dance since. Haven't seen not one new move since they've gone 1-4 with Doc Rivers. And then here's what I still don't get. How is it that you can come in, do such a terrible job as a head coach, right? It's one thing, right? It's one thing, you give your coach some time to adjust, right? We give that same grace to players when they go to a new team and then the team starts struggling for their first 3-4 games. We give you that. But it's also different because you already have a system in place that was working because they were 33.
I
Was
mean,
it
I know they
31 and
only lost
13?
13 games, but I didn't know what the win was. But they were top maybe like 3 in the league.
I think they were
They were like
top
3
two
in
or
the
three.
league
And
though.
yes,
3 or 4 in the league.
yes.
Maybe.
But what I still don't get is how are you the all-star
Oh,
game coach? I don't
oh my!
understand that. I
I think
don't get it.
at that when that happened, I thought the NBA was against Adrian Griffin because there's no way you do. There's no
Oh,
way.
for
There's
sure.
no way in the world he gets that. Doc Rivers, he coached for
No
what
way.
3 or 4 games at the time and only won one.
It only won one. He was 1 and
Ladies and
3 when it
gentlemen,
was
if you
announced.
recall back in our previous episode, I simply stated and was definitely looked at like I was crazy. The Bucks, since hiring Doc Rivers, will drop to a 4th or 5th seed in the East, and I'm sticking to my word. And so far, my word has been on the right path. I mean,
You think they're going to be that
they're
high?
not, they're not
They
dropping.
might end up becoming
Okay,
like
they're
a
not
play-in
dropping.
team the
Nah,
way
they're
they're
not
playing like
dropping to like
this.
the 6th.
No. But here's the thing. No. The reason why I say that, right, is because all right, we're both fans of
Yeah.
Gil's Arena, right? And he said something, and I had to go look it up myself. He said that before Doc Rivers took over as the coach, the Bucks was one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They was putting up about 126, 127 points a game. Since Doc Rivers has taken over, they haven't cracked 115. I'm a betting man. You are too. Every game that the Bucks play, I'm taking the under.
I'm telling
Every
you,
game.
any team that got potential, I've been taking that spread. Then and if
Oh yeah.
Bucks is the favorite, sorry, I'm taking that underdog spread, man. And I've been
Oh,
successful
for
every time.
sure.
I've
Oh, for sure. I took the spread
and,
tonight and they're losing. They're losing.
and
I took
Dame,
that.
I don't know what happened. I'm a big fan of Dame, but we got to figure this out because this isn't the Dame that I've seen all my life. We got to figure this out.
We know what it is. We know what it is. Dame has been going through a lot. Okay, look, he left Portland. They didn't give him what he wanted. They didn't send him where he wanted to go. Then when he finally gets traded to Milwaukee, he starts his divorce process. That can weigh on any man.
Yeah.
Okay. He's at the crib by himself. His kids is all still in Portland. You know, he got to go back to Portland to play against him. They took an L. His protege, Anthony Simons, called game on him. You know, that would weigh on me too. It'd weigh on me too. And I don't want to be there. I don't. I want to be in South Beach. That's where I wanted to be.
Scary Terry.
We got Scary Terry. You know, part of me wanted to be disappointed with this trade deadline
for Miami.
The Miami Heat, but I forgot we made our move already. We made our move a week in advance. Pat Riley jumped on it, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need another piece. Duncan Robinson was apparently like up for grabs today. I don't know if that may have just been a rumor. I'm glad we didn't because we're already a team that doesn't have enough shooting. And so trading Duncan Robinson for somebody who's probably not going to shoot as well as him did not seem like the move whatsoever. But we wanted to talk about some teams again that were winners of today's trade deadline. I have a team that nobody thinks actually won today's trade deadline. Right. You say the Knicks.
Knicks is number one for me.
I say the Pistons won. The Pistons won today's trade deadline, not because they made any trades. Not because they made any trades. I'm gonna wait
to see what you say. I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait because that's a wild take. But I'm gonna let you get your shit off though, because I don't know about this one.
Not because they made any trades, but simply because they decided to waive Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes is no longer on the Detroit Pistons. Killian Hayes just a week ago announced that him and his team, his agent, were unhappy with his role on the team, and they wanted a change of scenery. Well, buddy, you got it. You got your change of scenery that you were looking for. Your trade value is non-existent. It's not there. And so now look at you on the outside looking in. Pack your bags, buddy. Start learning Chinese ASAP. Ni hao. Ni hao.
Well, I don't know why you hate Killian Hayes so much, but I don't.
I hate basketball players. Killian Hayes is a bad basketball player.
I agree. I'm no disagreement from me. I mean, Killian Hayes don't make any noise from what I've seen or heard. But how in the world does that make Pistons a winner?
They don't have.
So does that mean they get better
anymore? Absolutely.
They just lost their second best scorer.
No, they didn't. Their second best scorer is Jaden Ivey. Killian Hayes got a bunch of DNPs. Killian Hayes stinks.
Their second best scorer is who?
If I'll tell you one thing right now. As a matter of fact, answer me this, because I think you're over here being a Killian Hayes.
I'm not. I just said I have no disagreement.
No. I feel like you're trying to defend.
I just don't understand the slander, like that much slander over a nobody.
Oh no, man! Pistons just got a lot better. Matter of fact, don't even take it from me. You find the nearest Pistons fan and you ask them how they feel about Killian Hayes no longer being on the squad. They might just throw a parade. They are so happy that he's not on that team anymore. He's terrible.
To be honest with you, I don't know any Pistons fans, but if I am a Pistons fan, the least of my concerns or worries or what I even put my attention to would be dropping Killian Hayes. Like, brother, like, we dropped him. So what? That's
Trust me, it would be.
That's like if the Bulls dropped Io. Like, that's not hurting me. Like who gives a shit? Like,
I guarantee you, the Detroit Pistons would love Io.
Please take him.
They would have done an Io for Killian Hayes trade ASAP.
You can have him
ASAP. Yeah, but you know what? Okay, look. In all seriousness, though, I still do think it's funny that he came out talking about how disgruntled he was with his role on the team, only for them to waive him. And I don't know if any team's going to pick him up.
I think he'll
funny enough, though. Funny, yeah. The Lakers.
No.
Lakers fans, oh my gosh. Lakers fans are never happy. All right. So that the Lakers fans have had their gripes with D'Lo all season. Okay. So they're talking about getting Killian Hayes.
Never seen that report, Nick. Never seen that report.
Oh, no, it's not an official report. It's just some of the fans are talking about having Killian Hayes on the squad over D'Lo, and that is where that's almost blasphemous.
This is my thing about the Lakers. I don't think they even think. I just think they like new shit. So it's like it don't even matter what it is. It's just got to be something new. Like,
yeah, they don't. It
don't even gotta make sense. Like, I'm sorry, but DeJounte Murray's a great player, but why would you even target that? And you got Bron. The DeJounte Murray, I mean, unless you want defense at the guard position, I guess I get that, but you're going to put all your money into a player like DeJounte Murray that requires the ball, and you got Bron? That's like when they got Russ. It was stupid. Like, I don't know why people thought that was going, oh, shit, we got Russ, and you completely destroyed him. Completely.
Oh, yeah. He said he couldn't wait to get traded.
He completely destroyed him. There's nothing he could have did with that. That was just stupid. For whatever reason, they keep trying to get these playmakers like they don't have LeBron. Get some defenders, some real ones. I'm sorry, Cam Reddish and Vando. Get some real ones and get some shooters. You had the shooters. You had Malik Beasley. I don't know why you just let that go for nothing.
They had Malik Beasley. They had Malik Monk. Who else did they have? They had Caruso, who became a decent shooter. I mean,
Let
they
him go.
just gave away guys
You
that
just
they're
let him
trying to
go.
get
I
back.
think it started with Magic because Magic when he was in office, he had a amazing young core. You had Lonzo, you had Brandon Ingram, you had I think they had Julius Randle too at the time. Um, I mean, you had a crazy young core that you could have worked. He had a couple other players that I just can't think of. Um,
I think Julius Randle might have been with the Pelicans at that time. I think he might have been gone because it was
nah,
Lonzo,
Randall
Kuzma.
didn't go to the
I think
Pelicans. You mean he went to the Knicks?
no, he went to the Pelicans
Julius
first.
Randle.
Yeah, he was with the
So they
Pelicans before he
sent
went to the Knicks.
Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and Julius Randle to the Knicks to the Pelicans.
No. I'm saying I'm gonna let you get your shit off, but I'm saying is that young
Yeah,
core that he had. I don't think Julius Randle played with Lonzo. I think Julius Randle's with the Pelicans, and then Lonzo came in
I don't.
because Lonzo was with the Lakers. I think Julius Randle was on the Pelicans at that
I
time.
damn. I didn't. I must have forgot that because I definitely don't remember.
Yeah,
That had
no,
to
that
be
team was
real
terrible.
quick.
All right,
That had to be real quick.
that team wasn't good. Yeah, they weren't good. But yeah, Julius Randle was with the Pelicans for like a year or two, and then he got shipped
Well,
to New York.
I know they.
But
Yeah,
regardless, yeah, go on
regardless
about
though, I
Magic,
think
man.
Magic he started it and fucked it all up. I mean, he had it. You know, it seemed like he was all in. He was taking Lonzo Ball out the summer league because he was like, "We can't lose you." Lonzo Ball had tweaked his ankle a little bit. He was like, "You're done." You know what I'm saying? Like he's all in. He's Magic got all hands on deck, and then I guess after you seen that it didn't work for one season, or you didn't really give it a chance, or whatever the case may be, he was just like, I'm not coming back. I ain't gonna be here. I'm not gonna be here. And you let everything go. Like you was just like whatever. And then you just let go of everybody, Caruso and all types of people. You get Bron and AD, and you don't have nothing beside it. I mean, like you just like what are we doing? They thought Gabe Vincent was gonna be.
They won a
Oh
championship
yeah, they
though.
did get that weak ass bubble.
The bubble champ. Oh, you're not
The
gonna
bubble
discredit the bubble
championship was
championship, are
so
you?
weak, bro. They played a one man team, and that one man team was Jimmy, unfortunately. No way in the world that the NBA was going to
Yeah.
allow that to happen. No way. And this,
Yeah, Tyler Hero wasn't Tyler Hero
yeah,
yet.
and this is when Lakers were they were deep. I mean, they had Rondo, they had Dwight Howard. I mean, they had people that was like, could still make some noise and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't just no like the team they have now. They actually had a solid squad against
Mhm.
just Jimmy Butler because Bam wasn't showing up. I mean, they didn't have nobody else. Tyler Hero wasn't Tyler Hero at the time. It was literally Jimmy Butler. He's playing 40 plus minutes a night. I mean, he
My
gassed.
man
I
was
mean, by game
gassed.
3, he was already leaning over. Like it was over with. Like Jimmy didn't have nothing in the tank.
Yeah, they had who else did they had? They had KCP on that
Yeah, they were
squad,
deep.
Caruso.
Kyle
Yeah,
Kuzma,
they even had
Cruz.
Kuzma. They even had Jared Dudley on the
Oh
squad.
my
Jared
God,
Dudley got
Jared
a ring.
Dudley got a ring, ladies and gentlemen. Jared Dudley got a ring. Oh my God. For whatever reason,
I
oh
never thought
man,
I'd
I
see the
never
day.
thought I even. That's one
Never thought
person
I'd
I
see
didn't
the
think was
day.
going to have any type of real success. 'Cause
No, I mean I thought he's a great role player, but he was definitely like
way,
way
oh,
past his prime.
he was past his time. Not even his prime. I mean, it was time
Oh
to
yeah. Oh
about a
oh
couple
oh, big
years ago. It
facts.
was time to hang that up. But hey, man, he got his
Oh
ring
yeah,
though.
big fact.
Big. Take my hat off to that, man. Take my hat off. But
Yeah. So another player that is going to make a big difference. Somebody who got traded today is Patrick Beverly. Speaking of going back to Doc Rivers and the Bucks, I think he's going to solve a major issue because they don't have any defense at the guard position. Dame's not going
Yeah.
to guard anybody.
No,
Like, let's just be
nobody.
real. Dame's not going to
Nobody.
do that. And so now you got Patrick Beverly going to be coming off the bench. They only had to give up campaign, and he wasn't guarding
Right.
anybody either. I'd much rather have Patrick Beverly. So maybe they don't become a fringe,
Yeah.
you know, bubble team. You know, maybe they do get that
Yeah.
sixth seed,
They're gonna
like you said.
make the playoffs, but they're gonna get that. They're not gonna be this top 3 seed. Like I said, since signing before they even played a game when they let Griffin go and they got Doc Rivers, came out and said it. They're dropping to a 4th or 5th seed. Doc Rivers is probably one of the worst coaches. One of the worst coaches that have played, actually played in the NBA's in that factor. So, like, out of the Jason Kidd, I mean, I'm taking Steve Nash over Doc Rivers. And Steve Nash was terrible with Brooklyn.
That you think as a coach?
Yes. Yes.
You know what? We don't have enough of a resume for Steve Nash because he was only coaching for 2 years, and I don't know if he'll ever get another head coaching job.
Because you know the crazy thing, this is why I say that with Steve Nash, we don't have a big of he doesn't have a big of a resume as Doc Rivers, so we can really say maybe if we gave Steve Nash this, maybe if we gave him that, maybe if he had this, you know what I'm saying? So he got more potential to show us otherwise. Doc Rivers showed us everything he got. Doc Rivers just showed us everything he got, and it just never worked. I mean, it never worked. Thankfully, he had a GOAT squad in Boston for that 1 year where they won. Other than that.
So let me ask you this. All right. Do you think that this is Doc Rivers' last chance as being head coach?
For whatever reason, I think he's going to keep bouncing around teams, and somebody's going to pick him up. Somebody's going to keep picking him up. Like, I thought his last go round, I thought that was his last one. I mean, he even went to being a NBA commentator or analyst or whatever. I thought, okay, Doc Rivers is done coaching. Thank you, God. Let's move on in the NBA finally. But Lord behold, he gets another job, and it's not even an assistant coach. Let the man be an assistant or some type of player coach. This man gets another head coaching job position with a big time team, with a championship contending team. They keep trusting this man. He's had everything. He's had everything his whole career and nothing to show for it but one chip, and that was with the GOAT squad he had in Boston. So no, it's not going to be his last one. We're going to keep saying the same thing because he's going to keep getting picked up over and over again. They see something in Doc Rivers that is just not there. They're delusional. Like, I really think they're delusional. Like, because if that's the case, it's a lot of people that's way better than Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers might be bottom 5 worst coach in the league right now.
That is very possible. I mean, who would that be? So you got Monty Williams.
But I like Monty though, because I think, and this is
really no way. Monty Williams is not easily one of the worst coaches in the NBA. No way. No. It is easy that he is top. He is top 3 bottom coaches. The only way you go on a 28 game losing streak and say.
Okay, thank you, Monty.
Hold on. I might still have to roll with Doc. I don't want to say this. I only say it because of this. Doc has never and most likely will never go on a 28 game losing streak.
Doc always had a better team his whole career. I mean, if you coached every team that Doc had, you're not going on a 28 game losing streak.
I mean, you might be right.
It's impossible.
You might be right.
I mean, Monty Williams, since New Orleans with young Chris Paul. I mean, I know they didn't do anything for real, but Monty Williams wasn't never really a bad coach. Like, I don't think he's a bad coach.
But they didn't want him in Phoenix anymore
But it's
either, though.
not that though. I seen like it was definitely reports coming out that it was Aiton, bro. Like they couldn't coexist because
And you know what they did? They got
both
rid
of
of
them,
both of them.
and they're still
Both
not doing
of them
shit.
is gone. No, they're not. They're not a finals contender. They're a second round exit at best. Phoenix Suns are not that great. And I don't care. They added Royce O'Neal to their squad, and I'm supposed to be wowed by the. Hold on, man. Let's clap it up for them adding Royce O'Neal. Yeah. Royce O'Neal is going to the Phoenix Suns. Here we go. The championship.
It's not a bad pickup, but it's not doing enough for them.
No, it's not. I really would have loved to have seen them get Miles Bridges, but Miles Bridges straight up said, look, anybody who's trying to trade for me, I am vetoing that trade. I'm not going. I'm not doing it. I'm not having it. He's not leaving Charlotte. I wouldn't leave Charlotte either. He's having too much fun. He ain't got no real responsibilities. You get to play with LaMelo Ball, who's going to throw you lobs all day.
In the streets. He's good. He's good at
for sure. And you get to still be a rapper. Come on, man.
I mean, 2024, look out for the feature with the baby and Miles Bridges.
Not the baby. Hold on. Is the baby making a comeback? Is the baby making a comeback? Hold on. All right, but speaking of the baby though, has the baby really what was his last real hit? So he had Suge, and then he had Bop.
I wouldn't say
and then what else?
I think that was the last time he was really popping. I think that was the first and last time he was popping. No. Actually, I think the baby ended up.
Yeah. Then he went on stage and started saying that anti-LGBTQ stuff, and you know how they get down. You can't do that.
He canceled himself. He canceled himself. So.
Oh my God! Because he was on his way to having a pretty good career, but I think one place that he also messed up at it's not even what he said on stage; it's what he actually said in the song. When he said, they kept asking when he was going to switch the flow up, and he thought they'd never ask, and then proceeded to give us the same flow. And well, buddy, we know you're a liar now. So
yeah, that was bad.
Just saying,
bad, man, that was bad. Hey, man, but trade deadline absolutely sucked. So,
especially as a Bulls fan, right? You want to talk about it?
Do I want to talk about it? No, I don't. But for podcast purposes, I guess I would give my opinion. Bulls Nation, we have 3 years. 3 years until you're losing 50% of your fan base. 3 years and to make a move. You have 3 years. There's no way we had 4 people on the trading block and we didn't want to make a move because our vice president said, what, Nick? Say it for me again because I might have lost.
Sir, I will gladly tell you what happened. So apparently, Bulls ownership was prepared. They were prepared to approve a rebuild, but the vice president, I'm about to butcher his name, Arturas Karnisovas.
Who are you, bro?
Okay. He's your vice president. You better show him some respect.
No respect for me.
So he chose not to proceed in that direction and instead opted to maintain the current roster. And I would love to know how that makes you feel. Actually, I have a better question. I would love to know, how does it make you feel knowing that Patrick Williams is going to get a contract extension? Let's clap it up for Patrick Williams getting his contract. Let's get it.
First of all, I definitely, and I'm saying it right now, if I see anything that's saying Patrick Williams it gets a contract extension, especially for the amount of money that he originally asked for, if he gets anything like that, I'm out of there. I can't keep defending. I can't keep defending this bullshit, Nick. I can't. It's terrible. How long do we want to be mediocre? It's like, I really think that the Bulls front office, I think somebody is holding them hostage. I really think that somebody has so much control over the Bulls front office to where it's like, hey, you better not do nothing good for this organization because if you do, something's bad going to happen. I really think somebody is being held hostage in there because there's absolutely no way you want to continue to be mid. We got a injured Lonzo Ball that we've had for 2 or 3 years or however long it's been. We're not going to do nothing with that. We're going to wait till he comes back, and hopefully he comes back somewhat the same. I mean, somebody that sat out for 2 or 3 years, I don't expect nothing from you, bro. To be honest with you, I don't expect you to come out here and give me the same person you was 3 years ago or whatever. I don't expect that. Then we got Levine, and Levine expressed multiple times that he don't want to be in Chicago. He's expressed that. He's literally, if not expressed it fully, he's definitely gave hints to where it's like, bro, I'm cool if y'all trade me. Like, please trade me almost. Damn near. DeRozan, I love DeRozan, but hey, man, we got to start over. Kobe White showing us promise. Vooch, love you, man. You got to go. Vooch, DeRozan, Levine, you got to go. I don't want to trade Caruso, but if that causes for the rebuild and we get a star and some picks or whatever, let's do it. But god damn it, let's stop with this mediocre shit. Like, how many years are we just going to be cool with being an 8th, 9th seed, 10th seed? Like, we're not even cracking top 5 in the East. The Eastern Conference has been the worst since before LeBron left. It's the worst conference. The Western Conference is always dogging us. We're in the easiest conference, and we suck. I mean, we're this close to being Detroit. We're this close with better players. We suck.
Nah, man. Nah, that's a stretch. That's a stretch. You're not that close to being Detroit.
I guarantee you, Detroit, man. Because they're making moves, I guarantee you, bro, if with our front office, it is a possibility that in the next few years, I think we will be like 13, 14, 15 seed in the East. If we just keep this up in the next few years.
You know, actually, in the next few years, you guys are going to have a little issue because you're not making the moves now, and you're going to have these players that are going to be coming up on their contracts, you know. So you're going to either have to pay them or let them walk, and you're going to put yourself in such, you know what,
I'm telling
you're
you,
onto something.
This is damn near the Bulls culture now, Nick. This is damn near the Bulls culture. Ever since I promised, like, D-Rose got hurt, he went down, we kicked him to the curb for whatever reason. After that, I can't think of anything. I mean, yeah, we signed a retiring D Wade. That was nice. We did sign a retiring D Wade. We got that. With Rondo 1 year, that took us somewhere. At least that didn't make us last. that was good. That was good. We gave D Wade a semi-formal farewell tour, but he went to Miami and actually did his real farewell tour. So that was pretty remarkable that D Wade got to play in his hometown, and we went absolutely nowhere.
He took a pit stop. In Cleveland.
Yeah, took a little pit stop. I mean, that we knew that wasn't lasting long. I mean, Cleveland signed every throwback player you could possibly sign. They had
for sure.
They had a 2010 dream team. They had
you know what? Actually, on paper,
so serious.
On paper, that team was legit until you realize that they were all aging and all injury-prone players. All of them. I mean, Darren Williams was a shell of himself.
Darren Williams.
They had Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose was getting DNPs. Isaiah Thomas was on that squad. People forget Isaiah Thomas was there with his bad hip. He was there. Dwayne Wade, bad knees and all. He was gone. You know, actually, funny enough, that team, if you remember, actually showed some real promise. Like, everybody was excited for that team because, you know, it was post-Kyrie. It was post-Kyrie, and they were like, okay, we're bringing D Wade back. D Wade's coming. Isaiah Thomas, all these guys, right? And in that very first game, they played the Celtics. Remember? And that game had so much hype, and then Gordon Hayward shattered his leg, and it just took the energy out of the building. In all honesty, that kind of set the tone for the rest of the year. They did win that game, by the way. I think LeBron James played really good defense on Kyrie down the stretch, and they win. But Yeah, that team didn't make it halfway through the season. Trade deadline, they was all gone. It was a completely new roster that year, and they went to the finals. It panned out. But yeah, I'm sorry D Wade didn't pan out in Chicago. I'm actually kind of glad it didn't because he shouldn't have left Miami in the
Well,
first place.
y'all were being a
But
little
you know,
selfish.
Pat
Y'all
Riley
being a
didn't
little
want to pay him.
selfish. That's Dwayne Wade. Give him his damn money.
We had to do. I know. I know. I agree.
There's no way
I
you don't give
agree.
that man
He
that
should
money
have
after
got the.
everything he did in Miami. No way.
He's supposed to get the
For
Kobe
sure.
treatment.
For
He's
sure.
supposed to get the Kobe treatment. He's the only reason why we even got those
D
championships in
Wade
the
is
first
peak
place.
coacher.
You're supposed to get the Kobe
Yeah.
treatment. Give him his money, bump the future. I'm on the tail end of my career. Championships don't matter to me no more. I
D
need this
Wade is peak
bag.
coacher.
I need
Give
this
that man what
bag.
he deserves, because that big ass pay cut he took when y'all got y'all big three, give that man what he deserves. Give that man
Oh
what he
yeah.
deserves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Pat Riley he's a
Demon.
demon for that.
He is a cold hearted
Respect
demon.
him though. I still I
Oh, you
respect
got
him
to.
still.
You
You
got
know,
to.
he's the
For sure.
mob boss, but he was
Yeah,
cold for that one.
I mean, that one
He
hurt
was
a lot
cold.
of
But
people's hearts. That was terrible.
oh yeah. But speaking of Gordon
Yeah.
Hayward, there's another guy that got traded today, man. Everybody thought he was going to get bought out because I know that was the reports for the longest time. He didn't need to be in Charlotte no more either. I like all these guys that are, what is the word I'm looking for? Because he's not an all-star caliber talent no more. But he is definitely somebody who needs to be on a contender. He is not a guy that needs to be just on a team that is not
Because he's going to
looking to
rock.
win. Because he's just riding away. I mean, I think he's dealing with injuries right now, but you don't feel the effects of that because it's Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like, who cares, right? But now he's going to OKC. If you didn't think OKC was good already, they just got better. They got a vet. They got a scorer. Basically, what they got was Josh Giddey, but better.
Yeah.
They just got a better Josh Giddey.
Yeah.
You're getting what you want Josh Giddey to be.
I think they just got a top tier. That's a top tier veteran player. I mean, like Gordon Hayward, he's been through it all, so I would say they just got a top tier veteran player. Did they need him? I don't think so, but not hating on the trade at all. I think it was a cool trade. I mean, they gave away maybe like out of the people that they gave away, I think the one that kind of mattered because he was part of the young core was Trey Mann. But other than that, I mean, who cares? They didn't really give away too much or nothing at all for Gordon Hayward. So I'm not mad at the trade, but I don't think OKC really needed that. But it's always it's a plus. So any plus you get,
Definitely a plus.
you definitely go up from it. So we'll see.
I'm not mad at it at all. I think that was a great pickup for them. And yeah, you said they gave up Trey Mann.
He was part of the young core. He had the promise and potential with all that.
No. You got Shea, you got Chet, you got both Jalen's. Like you don't need him.
I'm not saying you needed him, but he was part of that. Like Memphis, how they got all these young players going crazy. They beating up on my Chicago team right now. They got all these young players, right? People you never heard of. This GG Jackson dude, he's absolutely cooking on Memphis right now. You know what I'm saying? Like these are players that they just had to keep playing to figure out, okay, like their way in the NBA. I mean, Trey Mann was young as hell. He just had to figure it out. I think he had promise though. With a young team like that,
but that's different though. That's different though with the Grizzlies right now because the Grizzlies this season are not looking to win anything.
That's true.
Right? So the fact that GG Jackson is out there and being able to showcase what he can do is simply for a couple things. One, that 25 games that Ja was out, they were atrocious. Then he comes back, they look good again. Then he gets injured, he's gone. Is Triple J injured? I'm pretty sure he is.
He's playing.
Desmond Bain is gone. Okay, fine, but it doesn't matter though, right? They're not good this year. Right. They're not looking to win. Marcus Smart was injured for the longest time. He's back. They just traded Steven Jackson. Steven Adams. He's out for the whole season anyway. Like this is a team that's not. They don't have any real expectations. So that's when you bring up your young guys to play. Just like OKC last year, they didn't really have real expectations, but Shea showed out and made that team like good. And so now you got expectations, and you're like, how many of these young guys do I still want to keep? when I can try to win now. So Trey, man, hey,
For
appreciate your
sure.
services, young man. Go thrive in
I
Charlotte.
think he is.
We are
I think he's
trying
gonna
to
come up.
win
I think he's gonna be
now.
pretty decent in Charlotte.
I've always thought that if you're a young player in the NBA, or if you're even a role player, whatever, and you get onto a bad team, that is your time to
Yeah.
try and shine, right? That's like an
Yeah,
interview
that is your
process for
time.
you, because if you can't find some way to thrive on a bad team, how are we going to know that we can use you
Right,
on a
right.
good team?
That is
So this is his time to really
that's
prove
fact.
himself. You're going to
Facts.
Charlotte. Charlotte, you have a
Yeah.
chance here now to make yourself a good enough play, like a good rotational player on a good team
Malik
somewhere else
Monk did
after
it.
this. It's basically Malik Monk did it.
Malik Monk.
Absolutely. Now look at him. He played for the Lakers. They
They
weren't a
were
bad team, right? That was a team with expectations, but he earned that rotation, and now he's playing well with the Kings. Like he
right.
got his respect,
Exactly.
right?
I
Anyway,
definitely agree with that. But hey, man, you got don't Charlotte still got your boy? Don't they still got Big Kyle Lowry?
oh
Dude,
yeah,
got
man,
Kyle.
they do. And
He was supposed to go to the Lakers.
he's supposed to get bought
Yeah,
out.
he's not
He's
gonna
supposed to
stay in
get bought
Charlotte.
out, and the Lakers is no. I wouldn't want to be there either. Like I'm better than
Yeah,
this. I'm a
yeah.
champion. Like I
Right.
don't
Don't
want to
give me
be
this
here.
treatment.
You know, no. Yeah,
For
I'm
sure.
better than this. No, he's supposed to get bought out, and if he goes to the Lakers,
Yeah.
woo. I mean, the Lakers. Nobody really fears them.
Nah, not
Okay,
at all.
no, nobody fears them. I don't even think they have
I
confidence
don't
in
think they do
themselves.
either.
I just
I
think
don't think they
that
do either.
no, every day is something new with this team. Every day, right? It's like D'Lo plays really well. No one bats an eye. He plays
Oh my
bad.
gosh,
It's
time
time
to
to trade
trade
him.
him.
Same with Austin Reeves. And then it's like, oh, what about LeBron's legacy? Get LeBron some help. But then LeBron can also go out there and put up 18 points. Like, that's not really doing great either. So, and then they didn't make any moves at this trade
It's
deadline. You
crazy.
know why, people? You know, Lakers fans, I'm talking to you. Lakers fans, don't be mad at Rob Pelinka. All right. He did everything y'all asked him to up
Yeah.
to this point. He had nothing to
Don't got shit.
give. He had
You don't got nothing.
nothing to
Nothing.
give.
Your best option
Absolutely
is free
nothing.
agency
So
because you have nothing.
that is it.
Who are you trade? Because I think they already came out and said, you know, we're not getting rid of Austin Reeves. I think Laker Nation loves Austin Reeves. That's AR-15. They love that man. He's not going nowhere. D'Lo, oh, they'll kick him to the curb. But let's be real. What are you getting for D'Lo? You might get They
He
were
didn't have.
they were trying to get, which actually was today. They were going to try to shop for Spencer Dinwiddie to send D'Lo back to the Nets, but Dinwiddie's
My,
not doing too
but
much.
but does that
Not
move
at
the
all.
needle? Does Spencer
I
Dinwiddie
don't think
move
he's
the
doing.
needle?
If I don't even think he's doing as much as D'Lo in LA. To be honest with you, that's just my opinion.
No.
Yeah,
He's not. He's not a better shooter. He's not a better playmaker. Maybe he plays somewhat better defense. He doesn't move the needle. You know how I know he doesn't move the needle? He just got traded today. For who?
Dennis
Dennis Schroeder,
Schroeder.
the guy that the Lakers didn't pay. Another great point guard that they could use
Yeah,
right now. You didn't
yeah.
pay him. Okay?
They got somebody else in that
So,
trade too.
no.
It was Dennis Schroeder and somebody else
Uh,
too.
uh,
Damn, it might have been a nobody. I don't know.
Dennis
Yeah,
Schroeder was the
yeah,
big
yeah.
name in that trade. Yeah. And so yeah, my brother texted me about that once the news came in that Dennis Schroeder was getting traded to the Nets. And he said, "Does that trade actually make sense?" And I said, "Absolutely. It absolutely does. For
Yeah.
the Nets, not maybe for Toronto, but it does for the Nets. The Nets get rid of Spencer Dinwiddie. He has been
But is
terrible
Dennis
all
Schroeder
year.
doing that, making
Okay?
that much of a difference in Brooklyn? than Spencer Dinwiddie did.
Here's the thing with Brooklyn, okay? Because Brooklyn, again, is not one of those teams this year that has high expectations. I think people kind of get blinded by the fact that they were in the playoffs last year, but they were only there because of
Right.
KD and Kyrie, right? They requested trades right before the deadline, but they were already one of the better teams in the East. So that's the only reason why they were there. So we should not be expecting them to be there this year. They're building around McCall Bridges. I'm sorry, but he is not a
I don't know
1A
how the hell
option.
that happened in so little, like, short amount of time. Like, soon as he left Phoenix, he had his little crazy fake insanity run in Brooklyn, and then after that, he's been showing his true colors and why Phoenix got rid of him. He's been asked his past couple weeks. Um, I don't know how in the hell that he became the man to build around on any NBA team. This man was just a third, maybe fourth option in Phoenix, and now he went to Brooklyn and became the number one guy. We're building around you. You have the ball in the fourth quarter. You are what we need. I don't know how he became that guy on an NBA roster, any NBA roster. I mean, he wouldn't be that guy on Detroit. He wouldn't be that guy anywhere. Like, I don't know how in the hell he became that guy.
All right, stop
He's
it.
not.
You stop it right
He's
now.
not.
Okay. No, he wouldn't be the number one option in
He's
Detroit because they got Cade. Okay.
exactly.
They got Cade. Cade is their guy, but he would be your number two. He would be your number two.
But he's not going to be the guy they build around. That's our
No,
conversation.
absolutely
But that's
not.
our conversation, though. He's not.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. The Nets should be in that position right now where they're trying to figure out if this is a time to start a rebuild.
If.
Okay. And if you're going to do your rebuild, then you don't need to try to find your guy just yet. McCall Bridges is not him. The fact that they were not taking calls on him, or that they were, but they wanted like 5 first round picks for him, is ridiculous.
Then he was an untouchable.
Yeah, what? I don't get it.
Bro. If I'm Brooklyn, I would have been trying, while he was hot, I would have been trying to shop the hell out of him. Like, yeah.
That is when you make the move. But now they can't. Deadline's over. But I do think Schroeder does make a big difference. Let me take a step back.
I was about to say,
not a big difference. He's better than Dinwiddie.
He's better than Dinwiddie.
Okay.
Yeah.
He can shoot better. He's a better playmaker. He ain't great on defense.
I think Dinwiddie was a better defender for sure.
Yeah, I think he's a better defender, but he's not somebody that's going to require the ball as much, because Dinwiddie's a guy who wants to try to score, even though he's been really bad at that this year. Dennis Schroeder is going to be a guy that's going to try to set you up, and he'll take the wide open three kind of thing. I mean, you're not finna force stuff. Anyway, I'd rather have him over Dinwiddie anyway, regardless. But another team that made a good trade today, and it finally happened. Buddy Hield is finally out of Indiana, and he is on his way to Philly. Now, the thing is that this is a good move. It kind of sucks because you got this trade going on, and you don't know when Embiid's coming back. So like you don't really get the full scope of your team.
Yeah, and another thing, even if Embiid comes back, I don't think Buddy Hield's really been that good of a shooter this year. So it's like, don't get me wrong, he can shoot the ball, but if you look at his numbers and his shooting percentages and everything, I mean, he's not efficient at all. I don't think he's not known for defense, so I don't think he's anything better than. I mean, Kelly Oubre has been probably outshining him this year, to be honest with you. I don't think he really gives you that much of a punch and stuff like that. Now, if he somewhat just steps it up and he's shooting lights out and everything, he becomes that knockdown shooter that I know he can, because in college he was probably my favorite player at the time in college. But if he can get some of that back, man, I think that's a great pickup. But the Buddy Hield now, he's just getting tossed around in the league, honestly. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not too big on that.
I think this is a good fit for him. mainly because he can be the fourth option, right? Because you got Embiid's number one, you got Maxey two, you got Tobias Harris is your third. Bro, if the attention is on them, like he literally is just a catch and shoot guy. You don't even got to do anything else
Fourth would
but
probably be
that.
Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre has actually been going pretty.
Okay, fine, fine. I'll give you that. I'll give you Kelly Oubre.
So that means that Buddy Hield serves the purpose of like Malik Beasley on the Bucks. That's his purpose.
Exactly.
But
I think that's a role he's probably best suited for.
For sure, he should have went to Milwaukee. Milwaukee should have went.
And he's not a guy that you can leave alone.
Lakers should have went for that. Laker Nation. That was your guy right there.
Laker Nation, that was your guy. Why didn't you do it?
They don't want role players.
Wait a minute, but we just got done talking about the Lakers and saying that they had nothing to give.
They could have got Buddy Hield.
They didn't. For who though? You know what? Yeah, give up Gabe Vincent. Give up Gabe Vincent, and you go get Buddy Hield. There you go. Hey, Laker Nation.
Buddy Hield.
I'm talking to you, Laker Nation. You right there. Hey, remember when the offseason happened? And you guys witnessed Miami going on their historic playoff run, only to lose to the Denver Nuggets. But it is what it is. And you guys watched somebody who went undrafted play so well in the finals. The guy went by the name of Gabe Vincent. And you guys just had to have him. And we said, go ahead. We're not signing him. We offered him $7 million a year. You know what you did? You offered him 11. You had offered him $11 million a year. And he took that. And guess what? He's played like 3 games for y'all. How has that gone? And even when he did play,
completely sucked.
He averaged 6 points.
And probably like 3 or 4 turnovers. So.
Y'all thought you were getting like your fourth option. And now you guys don't even want him. I remember when you guys got Mo.
Oh, yeah, they love dude.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, y'all really thought you had one with that. Oh, look, if fans, if people, whoever's listening to this, if you can't tell by now, I am like a big Lakers hater. I love watching their downfall. And I don't even really have a real reason. I just enjoy it. You said that the New York Knicks were the Cowboys of the NBA.
No, I said Boston. I said Boston. Yeah.
Boston. You said Boston. I say it's the Lakers. The Lakers are the Cowboys of the NBA. And I say this because people can't stop talking about them. Their fans are insane. Their fans are never happy. Every year we have the expectations for them. Hey, when they're high, they're high. But when they are low, they show up in the playoffs, though, which makes them
not the Dallas Cowboys. But fan base wise, yeah, I'll give you that. But in the if they was to make the playoffs, I think they would go maybe like second round. I don't think nothing is expected for them, but I think they would turn up in the playoffs though, for sure. Kind of like how they did with that weak ass tournament championship thing. I didn't expect the Lakers to win that, but they did.
You know what? I didn't either. They were not my pick. Surprisingly, my pick was the Orlando Magic, and I picked the Orlando Magic at that time because they were on fire at this point in the career or in the season. But it didn't pan out. I didn't expect the Pacers to.
I didn't expect the Pacers to be that goddamn good. I mean, Tyrese Halliburton showed me another side that I didn't know was in him. Honestly, I was like, yo, he's crazy. But
the funny thing about that is that they played tonight. They played the Warriors tonight. You want to tell me how that game went? Don't tell me. I'll tell you. Tyrese Halliburton
he's still on minute restriction.
He had 5 points. He played, I want to say 25, 20. No. He is not on minutes restriction anymore. They just got blown out. They got their doors blown off at home
isn't he
by the Warriors.
Injury right now, though?
5 points. I don't care.
I mean, he's not about to come out there and be goddamn Jordan.
I'm more mad that I took him tonight. All right.
Damn.
I took him. All right. I bet on him. I bet on him to hit 2 threes today. He didn't come through. He didn't hit his first 3 till the fourth quarter, and he had 5 points.
How many assists he had though?
Yeah, Steph Curry had nine threes entering
He
the
had
fourth
to. You seen
quarter.
what he did last game? Sold my bag. He had to show up
Yeah,
tonight. He had to. He had to show up tonight.
dude, man,
Yeah.
nine threes is
That's how many points he
insane.
had
He
last
didn't even.
game. 9. So yeah, he had to.
Yeah, he was
He
bad.
had to
Yeah,
show
he
up.
was bad. I took his threes last game
Yeah,
too,
I
and he
took
had one
3.
three.
I just needed him to get
He was
3.
pretty
He
bad.
got 1, and that was until the fourth quarter. Get out of here, Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Get
that's
the
pretty
hell out
bad.
of here. No way. No way. No way.
Hey man, speaking of these Warriors, right? What's up? What's up with your boys, Clay?
Oh,
Man,
Clay just
what's
he
up
just
with
gotta
him?
go. I think he either needs it's either one or two things with Clay. He either probably needs a change of scenery because some people like they wear out with the team that they've been through everything with, and at some point it just comes to a time where it's like okay, we had our run, but it's just not it anymore. It's over. The dynasty's over. So I think it's either that with Clay or maybe the injury fucked him up so bad that it's time to be done. It's time to go ahead and put those shoes back in the locker room and go out on the water and enjoy the view because it's not looking good.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean,
yeah, I think it might be time to call it quits because he's up for a contract, and I think that might be really
yeah.
messing with him,
And
and he's just not
he
playing
asked,
well.
he
And
said he still wants like max money, like big time money type thing. No way you said that, Clay. You haven't showed up one game.
mm,
And
mm,
maybe the one, maybe 2 games that you showed up this year. I mean, you got Curry beside you. You are not the same Clay that you was before injury. I I don't know if it's the injury, man, or I don't know if he's just in his own head, but these young guys are gonna pass him up. I mean, Kaminga already took Andrew Wiggins' spot. Wiggins is out the door after this year. He's gone. I mean, he might as well get packing his stuff now. He might as well go ahead and let that house go, let that nice crib go in Golden State, because either you're going to a bottom tier team or it's overseas for you, big dog.
nah, send him to Toronto,
Oh
man. Send
yeah,
him
he'll
back
go
home
back
with
home.
RJ
Yeah,
Barrett.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think if he goes to Toronto, he might thrive. Nah,
Scotty
man, but
Barnes there, man.
hey, that
That would be
team would be
tough
tough.
if they get
They
a
would be
decent
tough.
Wiggins.
No, I feel for Clay
I
though,
think
man. I
it's
mean,
definitely a sad situation because it's like it's Klay Thompson, so you don't want to give up on it. Like it's like okay, this is Klay Thompson. Like damn, you didn't get it. Like in the beginning of the year, right? And I know this from speaking from like real heartbreak because he was on my fantasy team. So Klay Thompson, it was like, first couple of games, it's like, all right, man, he's just starting off slow. It's Klay Thompson. You're gonna expect, all right, he's gonna hit that run, and it's gonna be the real Klay Thompson. But it just went a game after game after game, just absolutely nothing. Some games he's not even scratching 10
it's
points.
bad.
Like at this point, and you can check it out on FanDuel at any given point of time that you want. 15 points for him is damn near in the plus, damn near in the plus. 15 points for Klay Thompson is damn near in the plus. I think at one point, 2 threes for Klay Thompson was like plus 150 or plus 200 for Klay Thompson. That's terrible. Right there is terrible. I mean, any man, any person on this planet is taking that. They're gonna take that 2 threes, but goddamn it, Klay is just not giving it. He's not
It's just
him,
not
man.
him.
He's I think when you said it's time to really break up the dynasty, I agree. I mean, I disagreed at first, but now I 100% agree that it is time. It is time. People are getting old. Draymond got gray hairs coming out of everywhere on his face. He's been beating people up. He's not even playing basketball anymore. I mean, the man talking about retiring and crying. I mean, like Clay's just not Clay. Curry's getting old. He's not about to carry a team to a championship no more. I don't think he can. I think the league is going to get. Yeah, I
Nah,
think the
that's a
league is
wrap.
getting better and better with younger players, and they're just. And Curry's going to be Curry for sure, but carrying a team, those days are over, brother. Like you're just getting older and older, man, and people are getting younger, and they're coming up, and they're hooping. I think he let it go.
Hey man, all I want to say is welcome to the
Welcome to
dark
the
side,
dark
brother.
side,
Welcome
man.
to the dark side. One more question before we wrap this up. Is Klay Thompson a Hall of Famer? I've had this conversation with somebody before. In my mind, he is, but I want you to tell me if you believe Klay Thompson is a Hall of Famer.
Damn. I think. Damn. I think he is a Hall of Famer. And the reason why I say I think he is a Hall of Famer is because when the whole Warriors dynasty started, he was a major factor. So before they had got Kevin Durant, when it was really just the Splash Brothers and then Draymond, but when it was that little big three, Klay Thompson was huge, huge. Even when they got KD, he was huge. For games like when he put 60 points in 11 dribbles type thing, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you know who that was on. But it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. You know, it's in the past. What happens in the past stays in the past. But I think overall, though, when you look at Klay's career and exclude what's happening currently, I think he is a Hall of Fame player. I think he is. I mean, he's got what three rings or 4 rings, 3 or 4. Four,
He's got
four
four.
rings.
He's got four
Um,
rings.
got a couple of records that he's touched. I think Klay is. I think he's definitely in the Hall of Fame. I don't think it's like a Curry or a KD or some Hall of Fame. But I
Oh, here,
think I
no,
think he
no.
definitely sneaks up in there. I think he sneaks up in there for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I kind of
I
want.
agree.
I
You
really
get no
wanted. I
smoke from
wanted to
me, man.
disagree with you, but I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough like factual information that would back up why I disagree with you. It was more. It was more factual information going towards why he is a Hall of Famer versus why he's not. So
Oh, I mean, for sure. You got the All
yeah,
Star appearances. You got the final, not
yeah,
the
you
final.
got the
Yeah, you got the
championship.
championships. You got the
You
gold
do got the
medal.
gold medal.
You gold medal, and that is why I'm like, he's
Yeah,
going to go to the Hall
he's
of
got to
Fame.
go. He's got to go. I mean, it's kind of locked in almost. Almost. I would like to see him go to LA. Lakers fans.
Lakers fans getting Klay Thompson. Maybe you can revitalize his career, except for when he starts missing threes. Then you guys are ready to
Yeah.
hang him high and let him
Clay
out to dry.
sucks.
It'll be a wrap
All
for
this
Klay
stuff.
Thompson. Klay sucks all year wash. Get that bum out of here. Bring back
Yeah.
Caruso. That's
There it
exactly
is.
what's gonna happen.
Well,
That's
we're
what's
not
gonna
taking Caruso.
happen. Lakers fans are
Y'all are
toxic.
not getting Caruso. So sorry.
It's okay. They don't have enough
I
picks.
don't
I
think.
don't think they
Yeah,
have
they
any
don't have
picks.
any.
So there
Neither
you
do
go.
we though. We got rid of all of it.
Yeah. Well, hey, but you guys are keeping your core. So hey, there you
And that's the end
go.
of the podcast,
Victory is
folks. That's the end
coming.
of the podcast.
And that, you know what? That actually is the end of the pod. Look, if you are still here at this point of the podcast, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good jazz. And we will catch you guys on the next one.